Alright, so we've got QX7, SC2009, there's the original Plus back there and T16 in the front of it.
Oh, emergency mode, what's happening there?
Done there?
I don't know, it's the first time I've seen that. Oh, we bricked it already.
You've broken it. Howdy, it's Matt, and in this episode, transmitters and a very special guest. Now, as some of you may already know, very recently my original Taranis died, and I went out and immediately bought an SE 2019. Now, there was quite a lot of discussion about that in the community. Why didn't I consider the Radiomaster T19 or the jumper model? Well, that's what this video is about. Andy has been and bought a Radiomaster T16, and he's been and brought it over and to share with us and give it like an insight and being able to have a look and compare it to not only the original Taranis but the latest Taranis and also a QX7 as well. So that's the point of this introduction. I just want to say a massive thank you to Andrew because, as many of you know, this is a self-funded YouTube channel and I don't accept freebies for a review, so it is something which I would have never had a chance to take a look at, or you, and be able to sit at the workbench over there and take a closer look. So big thank you to Andrew, thank you very much for that. I'm going to put a link to Andrew's YouTube channel down in the video description, and with that said, let's jump across to the workbench and have a chit chat about transmitters and the Radiomaster T16. Thank you, Andrew, I appreciate that. Howdy, I'm Matt, and I got a T16 next to me. Now this isn't mine, and it's not that one, which is very cute.
It's a bit small, that one.
You'll notice the extra voice. This is Andrew. Andrew, you're more of a, what would you say, slope soarer?
Slope soarer, also do cars as well, so yeah, and powered and FPV, because you taught me to fly FPV.
There you go.
But yeah, slope soaring, so this with its side sliders will probably do the job as long as it's as good as my DX8 or better.
Exactly, so this is kind of like an interesting topic for us because recently my Taranis died, although I've managed to get it working again, but I immediately went out and bought another Taranis, no questions asked. But I know many of you had seen the T16, you know, put this into context, you've come from, your brother's got a Taranis.
Yes.
You used to have a...
I've got a DX8.
DX8, Spectrum DX8.
Had a DX7 before, a DX6 before that. Yeah. But the DX8, I have had 2 new RF chips in it.
Oh.
The last time it failed, it took a £500 2.8 metre full house slope soarer with it, completely trashed it.
I saw that one go in.
Middle Hope, and also
ridiculous, scary.
An SD Models Blaze was lost as a result of it. So even though that, like 2012 I bought it, even though that long after buying it, they did replace the RF chip for free, can't knock the service, it's kind of shaken my faith in it.
Okay.
As far as, you know, reliability. So this was getting lots of rave reviews. And you bought you've had a QX7. I've got a QX7, and I've got an iRange module, the later one with the knob that you can tune. Because you do lots of indoor flying as well, so you need that's the module which you can do loads of. Yeah, I've got my Bold Cache, my E-Sheen quads. It'll fly the bind and fly Spectrum stuff. Yeah. But not much weight to it either, is there? It's got 2 18650 packs LG ones in. That's the Crossfire. I'm just taking it apart. Oh, hello. Yeah. Yeah, so they're 3,500 milliamp hour. That's the LG, that's the MJ ones. I can tell by the colour of them. They should be reliably good. Yeah. And you can charge those up to 4.2 volts as well. Yeah, I wonder where this was bought from. I'd say, well, we'll leave that on the desk. We like Mike. Yeah. Well, Banggood had it in... didn't have it in stock. They had it on their webpage, but it seems to have been like on order, back order, and ages till it comes in. And it's only about, including postage, about 12 quid cheaper. Yeah. So I figured I just set an alert up. They told me it was in, and what's that underneath there? That's your USB. Oh, okay. They got it now. Oh, instead of it being on the back, right? Okay. And it's underneath as well. So that's for charging underneath. Yeah. You've also got the SD, which includes the SD. Yeah. You've also got UART, is it? Ports as well. Yeah, UART ports as well. Yeah. Yeah, that was a bit annoying because the Taranis turned up and didn't come with an SD card, although I frankly just nicked the one out of the other one. But you've got 3 versions. You've got the basic version with ordinary gimbals and an ordinary screen, but everything else the same. You've got this one, which is the mid-range, which has got touchscreen. Yeah. It's got the Hall effect gimbals, and it's got the bay at the back ready to take the Crossfire, and that's about 112 to 120 in the UK.
So 120 quid?
Yeah, for Hall effect, for all those features.
And he's got Hall effects in there?
Already.
Okay, so just a couple of observations. The sliders don't really have centre detents. They do, but they're really sloppy. And the same for the potentiometers as well.
Hence, slight little 3D printed amendments to the side sliders.
Yeah.
Which are those there?
Ah.
With O-rings, you've basically got longer throws, you've got more resolution on your thumbs.
It's really funny, I spent 228 quid on a brand new Taranis, and the first thing I did was take it apart and then put 6-way switches in there. They're amazing. So yeah, I would have... sorry, it's me, but it's not mine, I can't pull the stuff off. But yeah, I swap those straight out for 6-way switches. I'm completely sold on them. It feels nice in the hand though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got these little chunky... It's basically the Jumper T16...
It's higher up. Just grab the Taranis, sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
The Jumper T16 basically was the forerunner of this one, but it was plagued by ribbon cables, which a lot of failures as a result of it. This one has only got one ribbon cable, predictably going to the screen.
Ah, okay.
So
it's funny you should say that, because in the back of this one, that's only got one ribbon cable, and that's got two.
Yeah.
So that one there, they definitely have changed things over time.
But essentially, they were developing it, but they've broken away now and gone for their own. It looks almost essential. The case is very similar, apart from it's got more mouldings on the back.
More mouldings on the back.
And these are slightly changed as well, in that they've got these arrow things.
Yeah, one thing which I changed on mine, and I can feel it on that tension. That's really light, isn't it? I got on there and I tightened the screw up.
Well, I figured I'll be going in to put those again.
Yeah, you can change it on there.
I've got a spare one.
That spring's really strong on there as well. Just feeling how loose that is.
It does come with some spare springs, whether they're lighter tension.
That could be it. I was just thinking that's quite tight for me. Although it's nice that it centres back. You can see how fast that one comes back. Is that coming out? Yeah, let me just do. Yeah, that one comes back much quicker.
The top version is the one that comes with crossfire module and receiver.
Is that turning it on?
Yeah, there you go. There's my splash screen.
Oh, look at that! You have been in here, haven't we? Oh, how did we get out of this?
Weirdly, just press the roller, which is metal.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I like that more than I like that one, because can you feel it's catching on my hand?
It is. You got more of a ridge around it.
Yeah. Cool. So how do we get in the menu? I know you swap things around. Because it's all based.
Well, there's your system menu, and you can go. There's a backward, down, forward button.
So this is OpenTX, just on a coloured screen.
Yeah,
so I recognise these menus. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got the basic one. Rather oddly, because when I plugged it in and bound it to one model, I've only done that so far. That was operating the elevator, well, the pitch control on a flying wing, which is rather odd, as I'm mode 2 and that should be throttle. When I went down, it was set up with mode 1 inside the main master menu.
Oh, was it? Yeah, I noticed
which
that.
Is
you can change them round.
But why would they chip a mode 2 radio, Stixer mode 2, as a mode 1 in there?
Yeah, how frustrating. Yeah, because so
I've changed that, and I don't get the
mode 2.
The alert.
It's exactly the same menu.
I don't get the alert any longer.
Yeah. Global functions, trainer, calibration. It's
very similar to what you've got.
Yeah. By the way, just a note there is that if you were to swap those over to 6-way positions, you change them down there. You change them wherever it is. So S1, you would change from a potentiometer to a multi-position switch.
The reason for these is for mostly for quads.
Oh, okay.
I think it's flight modes or something.
Oh right, so you've got quick flight modes which you can fix.
Six buttons for the flight modes.
Yeah. Okay, version, so you're on the latest version of OpenTX, I know that because that's what I flashed on there. Sorry, one very frustrating thing, because on a Taranis, the two trims together and turn it on.
Yeah, same here.
My left trim didn't work.
Oh,
so I'd been in there. I couldn't get into boot mode, it was driving me nuts. And I literally just unseated the plug and plugged it back in again, and it was problem solved. Which is, and I know Richard from T9 Hobby Sport said that, oh, you don't need to do that, but I couldn't get OpenTX, their companion software, to work. Yeah. Which was quite frustrating. But that's nice that you've got a crossfire configure in there.
See, the other thing is, I think the T18, which is the one from Jumper, its 2.4 aerial is actually built into the case, and it's the crossfire one that comes out of the actual unit.
Yeah. Which, those buttons are the wrong way up.
Yeah,
that's frustrating. Yeah. I can see me hitting that quite frequently.
And they're not so easy to spot, unlike yours, which have got legends on the actual plastic surround.
How do we get into the main? Oh right, that's the screen layout.
That's for setting up your telemetry, and you can have widgets and all sorts of timers in there.
How do you choose your models?
I've got to remember how to do this myself now.
Oh, is that model?
There's a model one there. So that goes into the model setup. So that actually goes through all the.
Yeah, so that's
you've got icons all across the top telling you what.
There you go. Oh, you know you can turn off when you flashed with 2.3.
Turn heli,
you can turn heli off.
Yeah, so you don't get that screen coming up at all.
Yeah, which is great because I've never flown a heli in.
I might bind it to a 911 helicopter, so.
And you've got your modes in there already, custom scripts, which is happy days because I know a lot of the lads which use third-party modules need those just to make it usable within the. So with like the cheap. Crossfire module. Instead, you don't have the screen on the back, so you have to use the Lua scripts to change all the settings. Whereas mine, in the back of there, I just use the little screen, so I can maybe perhaps change the power settings or any other things in there, and it's
quicker and easier.
Yeah, and I'm glad I paid for that because doing it via the screen is a pain in the rear. Although that is, you've got to admit that's quite a nice screen. Did you say it was touchscreen as well?
Yeah, it's not enabled yet because that won't be until 2.4.
Oh, okay.
When they get 2.4 out. The release, it should be enabled, but obviously how much it will be enabled. But you can test it. Don't tell me how you. Don't ask me how you can do it. But there's a test that you can do, and when you push onto the screen, it tells you what the coordinate you've just pressed.
Oh right, okay.
So I know it's touchscreen enabled this one because the cheaper one I say hasn't got the touch screen.
Yeah, and it's not a cheap touch screen either because I can't see any of the squares in there as well.
So when they were originally reviewing it, they were squares, but of course they hadn't taken this off. And they were squares on the film.
You've taken the film away.
Yeah, well, why not? It's got to be done eventually.
I know, put it back on. Put it back. I've still got the film on my original one. Stick it on. See how it works later on. So I'd stick it on.
I sold I helped sell a friend's DX7S, and it had all the plastic around all the switches still.
Wow. I'm going to zoom in. So how do we get into? How do you choose a different model then? Model select.
And then you hold it down.
And then, wow, you really have been in there.
You can put all the icons on.
Did you copy them off your other transmitter and paste them across?
Yeah.
It's funny to say, I got an issue doing that on mine, taking the Crossfire modules off the my original Taranis and getting them on here. It works fine for all models, except for ones which are enabled to use the external system. The external doodah won't copy across, driving me bonkers. That's why I've not moved across.
They've all copied across. Unfortunately, it's
still got that Batwing.
It's copied somewhere. It's copied across that it's using the external module. So I have to disable the, rather enable the internal module, and then I bound it, so it was fine. So I've got to do a bit of tweaking. I've got to make sure everything's going in the right direction, just in case, because I haven't updated the QX7 to a newer version of OpenTX. I just played around with an icon, I found one and just dumped it in there for now. I will take photographs of the ones that I'd like to fly.
Switch warning. Aileron high, elevator high.
And again, I've got some of it set up on the volume control.
I like that. Yeah. You got that on the volume control. Yeah. That's nice. I quite like that because it's just
a generic sort of
LCD screen and that's colour. So that I think that is, to be honest, that's probably the big selling point. Nice big colour screen and stuff.
And for 120 quid, I mean.
So let me just get this right. So this doesn't just do FrSky.
Does it's got 4 modules effectively inside.
So it does D8, D16.
Well, if you go into
probably in the model.
So I think it's under.
Oh, it's model, wasn't it? That
model,
was it.
Yeah.
So we do return. Then there we go. And we go up.
Yeah, it's easier to go up than it is to go up. To go down.
So you've got binding range. That's the same.
Right. So under those. Whoops. Don't want that one.
There's one across. So that's changing. Wow. Okay. So you got DSM is Spectrum.
Yeah. Got Devo, which that's a Walkera.
Okay.
KN, this is WL Toys.
CMAX is the cheap models, yeah.
SLT, CX10, whatever it is. Loads of quads Bayang, which is the one that the Bold Clash fly on. FrSky.
Okay.
MT, MJX, a lot of helicopters on
and
that
these
one.
are the normal. These are the ones which you would have had done by that iRange model in the back.
Yeah.
SSH J6 Pro really does. So it's got that module built in basically.
Yeah, all of them are there. Open
LRS, yeah. FrSky, Q2.
Walkera.
I remember someone saying to me, actually it was Sir Bruce had mentioned that you could perhaps pick up some cheap Tauber servo receivers and stuff like that. And I was thinking, did you really want to pick up a cheap Tauber servo?
It depends what you're flying. I mean, I've got you can buy a FrSky 3-channel receiver, a ground one, which would be right for a flying wing, because the ground one, the vehicles, because they're low to the ground, aren't as good reception-wise. They have long aerials and long antennas to go out of the cockpit. About £5. So for smashing around a cheap foamy,
Traxxas, yeah,
be perfect, all right.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, you were saying just chucking around a cheap foamy.
Fly zone. So
FrSky RX. So is there?
I think you've got both.
Oh. That looks just like a 2-way option.
Yeah.
And then let's go back.
So the one with the crossfire is 170, I think, built in.
With crossfire built in.
Yeah.
Nice.
You just
so I assume with
a module
license that. Yeah. FrSky. Ah, right, there we go. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Did I just see R9 in there?
Yeah,
so
got
FrSky X2, D16, which was I was looking for. R9, which is wow. Okay. FrSky line. Oh, LR2. So that's the long range 12. I've given up the long range receivers.
Well, you're using crossfire now, aren't you?
Using crossfire, yeah. But no, I gave up with that because I had one fail-safe 50 metres in front of me in the mini track, and it wrapped in the tree.
Not too good.
Andy's going to turn the throttle off. I'm going. I have. It's fail-safed. I don't know what went wrong that day, but and we're back to the beginning of the DSM-RX. So is that what it needed to be on?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I'll just mash.
It's a little bit sensitive. I would say. I would say it's perhaps just a little overly.
It needs to be done down. It needs a little bit of expo in there. But yeah, that is.
Your thumb needs the expo, I think.
Yeah, that one's nicer to use. That one. The second you put your finger on there, you
grab the. Yeah.
There's a sharp edge, and I keep meaning to get the standing.
I like the QX7 wheel, quite honestly. You know, you can go around really fast, but it is quite accurate.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a similar.
And you're used to it as well.
I'm used to it. I've got a similar scroll wheel on the FrSky GT3C, which is the ground radio.
Yeah.
And you can get crap in there. So blast a switch cleaner ever so often is not a bad idea to make sure it moves freely.
I think I've just made that worse. I'm gonna take that out and sand that down.
Yeah.
That
do it properly.
Do it properly. Cool beans. We don't have the cover switch for the power, but that was a long press, wasn't it?
Yes.
And that's the same which we've got.
And the other thing about it you'll notice is that when you pick it up, it balances perfectly on there with no need for an adapter.
Yeah, if you pull that one, that's definitely tail heavy.
Yeah.
And I know I've got quite a large 2S LiPo stuck in the back of it, but nice.
So you can charge through the USB through the base. It's a
and
C.
that will charge the Lion ones. Is that a C port?
It's a C, yeah, and it'll charge both the 2-cell LiPo or the standard 3.7 volt lithium ion.
That's nice.
Although I find it difficult to work out which way it's got to go around because they're almost the same. They don't look handed like.
What, USB-Cs?
Well, not as much as.
Either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, they've got charge lines on them.
Right. So yeah. Which way? That's
it really doesn't
useful to know.
That does feel quite nice. And you said what, 120 quid?
Yeah, that's about what you get with it.
That's what you get the manual.
Yeah.
But it's all those.
It's just the basic. That's multi-language one as well.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if it tells you where you've got to plug the cable in to charge it, but and then you're into different languages already. But it's a full manual to download.
Yeah.
And you know.
Yeah, user manual at opentx.org, which is basically.
And of course, Painless 360.
Yeah.
Go to him for videos very often.
Yeah, well, it's only just the UI which has changed slightly, and the button layout for moving from something like that or the QX7.
Yeah, because this is a different layout again, you know.
Oh, right, yeah, there you go. Let's put those side by side. We zoom these out so we actually fit them in. So, right. I thought yours was white.
No.
You had a white one?
No, I don't know. Not me, then.
Alright, so we've got QX7, SC2009. There's the original Plus back there and T60 in the front of it. Definitely larger by the looks of it. Or is it? No. It's the same size.
Taller, possibly.
Slightly, yeah. Does the antenna come off? Are you able to?
No. Mainly that was for compliance purposes because they don't want people messing around with different strength antennas, different gain. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the one thing which I never did on my original
FCC
one.
compliance.
Yeah. That's a lot of the issues going on.
You can get to the back of the board, and you can basically a few veiled comments about being able to change it if you wanted to. Not that. Trouble is, you go for a longer range area.
Don't do it. Everybody, which
it's more directional. That's the problem.
Yeah.
If you want long range, you go for crossfire. You don't fly with.
And that's got R9 built in anyway.
Yeah. So for the price point,
that's not bad.
And the T16's got a folding handle, which apparently is the same spacing, so you could replace it. Believe it or not, it's the same case. You know?
That's an interesting thing, because R9 is 868 or 915, the same for Crossfire as 868, 915, and you've got a single antenna on the back, which has got to cover 2.4 and go down.
The Crossfire module goes in the back and has a separate antenna.
Oh, it is a separate, but R9's built in, but R9's also 868 at 915. So that's curious, and I'm just looking at it. And there's only one wire going in the antenna. So it'd be curious on the range for that, which is not something.
Not going to be testing it probably.
No, but it'd still get you in the sky. That's for sure. And those receivers are so cheap now; it's ridiculous. Sorry, we went off. We had the
QX7.
QX7, which you've had for
a while now. Yeah,
this couple of years.
Yeah, this is the original one without Hall sensors, without any knobs and whistles. Not the sort of the upgraded version.
For the amount which I know that you've flown, they're still quite tidy, aren't they? Yeah. The springs are firm.
I mean, every week from sort of September through to early April, it gets a couple of hours of flying every Friday night, and is used for other things as well. Because that tends to be the one I use for the FPV and power flying.
Yeah.
That's using FrSky receivers, whereas the DX8 I'm using for all my 40-odd Spectrum models.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why I want something that's hopefully.
Oh, there's your eye range.
There's my eye range, but I say the eye range hasn't got a huge amount of range when you fly Spectrum. Within 100 metres, I lost sight of an unpowered flying wing on the slope.
Because you're on the slope, it's right in front of you, isn't it?
Yeah, so let's say literally almost head height, but slope in front of me, no grass, no obstructions in the way, and less than 100 metres away I lost control of the model. Apparently there is an issue with this one as far as the telemetry coming back from Spectrum, because the Spectrum telemetry range is pretty crap anyway, so just disable the telemetry and just do your normal range check, and if you're getting the range which people are saying they are, they're getting 200 metres without any problems at all, plus then have confidence that you can fly Spectrum.
Yeah, and
whereas I don't with that.
Yeah, so that's good to hear for number one. And over time you'll find out the limits on it. I'm sure.
Hopefully not expensive limits like the £500 worth of fully moulded sail plane.
Yes. The other one is going slightly off topic with telemetry. Is that I know lots of people get really like the idea of being able to display telemetry on their screens and stuff. Did it once. You try flying a model airplane and looking down at the screen, see this complete waste of time. Don't even bother with it.
The only telemetry possible.
I've never used it. I've used it once and thought this is stupid.
Yeah, would be where you're getting a vario of telling you the height.
That would be nice.
And it's an audio one.
Yeah, and GPS coordinates. That would be nice to come back as well. I can see that.
Which is they're mentioning about these ports being possible to connect GPS so that you have a follow me function. I'm not sure.
Nice.
So you follow wherever the radio
work on
is.
that one, and if that's got a UART as well, potentially you could do that too, because it's the same, basically same software.
Again, not bought for that reason.
Yeah.
My main reason is hopefully it'll be able to fly all the Spectrum stuff, and unlike this one, the addition of the side sliders with the modded parts.
You don't have side sliders on this?
No.
I couldn't live without that.
So with flying a full house glider that's got crow braking or spoilerons, and got a motor, it's quite nice to keep the motor on the throttle stick and have the spoilerons or crow braking
on the left hand side. Yeah. So that's where sliders come into their own. I use them for pan and tilt or for left slider for flaps of some form, and I do full-blown spoilerons where the surface come. I'll tell you what, rather than flap our ends round, so there's a wing surface, this is the top, so spoilerons, the surface comes up, so that literally knocks all the lift out.
It does
and
indeed.
if the foot surface goes down, is that you get tons of extra lift, although you do probably need to mix in some elevator to counteract the action, and also go really, really careful with models because you can stall them.
Yeah, the beauty with having spoilerons is effectively you're adding reflex to the whole wing and almost adding a bit of tip reflex. and it's more stable to fly with spoiler-ons as far as landing is concerned. Less risk of tip stalling than with.
Funny you should say that, because I got the the
Zod.
No, the Goblin.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Up there, and that was actually what I did. So to make it more stable, and I forgot.
You just put them up slightly.
I know we're going off topic. We're supposed to be talking about that, but it's
washout effectively.
Yeah, washout. So not that much.
That would be.
Just a tiny. I literally came up a millimetre or so, visibly up a millimetre on both sides.
To make it a little bit more stable.
To make it more stable, and I didn't, because I've had Warbird style models before, which have been so.
Well, thinking about
skitty.
Thinking about Warbirds, the Spitfire. One of the main advantages of the Spitfire when they build it as a model is they build some washout into the wingtips, which gives it stability. Because the elliptical wings aren't the best for tip stalling.
Trim center.
And you definitely got the Amber mod in there.
Yes.
Trim center.
I like that. Have you seen some of the less than PC new Amber sayings which she's got in there?
I haven't. I've got one where she says, "I'll let you switch that through that switch again if you like." You know. And my brother's favourite is when she asks for more electrons. Plug me in. I need some electrons because
the battery's gone flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are some matte orientated ones in there.
Right.
And by the way, if you don't know what we're talking about, you can get. Well, just turn this one on. And you should start talking to us with
Welcome to OpenTX. Throttle warning, switch warning, engine off.
So like engine off, engine
Low
on,
battery.
and low battery. Things which are in there. Is that Amber mod is the same pat file which you can just copy and paste onto your SD card. It's free, and you can set up all the different things. So if you've got the switches on, or you want to go to like low rates, medium rates, high rates.
Elevator low.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Aileron low. Aileron medium. Aileron high. Elevator medium.
Is that on full volume for the speaker?
Yes. There is a little mod you can do which involves drilling more holes, which there aren't. All those aren't actually speaker holes.
Oh no.
No. So one of the little things that people do is they take 4 screws at the back, these 2 bolts, and then the cover comes with no attachments to it.
Oh, okay.
And then apparently it's fairly easy to get the.
What, that hole just lifts off, does it?
Yeah.
Oh look, there. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I think the back comes off with no attachments, but I think it's pretty easy to get to it with a pin drill or something. But yeah, I've got mine throttle cut. Well, on a model that's got.
Not on that one.
Yeah, not on some of them I've got throttle cut.
They're really handy, and mine, this one, just talks to you all the time.
Well, it's ideal when you're concentrating on flying FPV.
Engine off. Horizon off. Off. Camera on. Heading hold active.
Yeah.
Return to launch. Heading hold active. Off.
So that would give you an idea.
Remember which flight mode you're in.
Yeah.
Very useful.
They're very, very useful. And again, if you've got your goggles down and...
I mean, for you, I imagine if you've got auto launch, if you throw a switch that turns auto launch off, that'd be quite useful. You know, you've actually hit that switch properly and not something else. On a timer.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to on permanently.
All right.
So, which I probably need to set to a timer and turn it off after launch, but hey ho. Different topic. So this one's to replace...
Yeah, I mean, if that works out okay and it works perfectly, I should probably sell that one. I can't see any point in keeping it, really.
It's funny you should say that, because my original Taranis is still got value to it. Even though I paid 168 quid for that one that was new, I will still be able to get some decent money for that one to offset the cost of that one. And plus that one's slightly more desirable at the moment, because you've got the D8 receivers, which in this one he does D16 and access, and of course crossfire when I put the whatever module I put in the back. So we got that, and it's been serviced, etc. Because I got the Hall effect sensors and the M9s in there, which you can't see. You don't really feel the difference until you look in the back. Although when I put the Hall effect sensors in gimbals in there, and when they came out, it actually showed how bad my flying was.
Because you were suddenly
they
more
were
precise.
Way more precise. Yeah. And I noticed that instantly within literally the first flight and every flight which followed it. I had to retrim models for number 1, even though I calibrated it, and number 2, I didn't realise how bad my flying had got with the gimbals before.
Like anything that's wearing out, you were compensating for the fact they were wearing.
Yeah, that was probably it.
You were like already, your thumbs were trained to know how much they were worn out, and then as soon as you drove something, shall we say, that didn't have any wear, oh Christ, it probably needed a bit more expo, because you were getting more response quicker than you expected.
absolutely. So I'm looking at this one. I'm not a fan of those sliders on the side because there's no D-dents, but you've got those. So that
apparently the O-rings plus those 3D printed parts help slow them down.
Yeah,
and give you a bit more feel,
a little bit more resistance because you can't feel there is a middle.
The fact that they're longer,
yeah,
and got a decent amount of grip on the end, will give you more resolution anyway. Purely and simply because like a longer servo arm, more resolution.
And I definitely swap these over to 6-way switches.
Why would I need switch? Well, am I going to use?
I've got instead of a 3-way mode.
Yeah.
So you get twice as many positions on that one switch.
Right.
So when you run out of 12 channels, because Crossfire already does 12 channels, you then need to start upping on these. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we had the original position, which is 6. So I can get nothing, auto tune, servo adjustment, waypoints, and something else, all on that one.
Can you get audio alerts on that as well?
Yeah, you just set up on the position. I think you can anyway. I've not done it because it pops up on the
There are
screen.
headers on the circuit board to take 2 more switches if you wanted them anyway, which people are experimenting with.
Yeah, there's potential to get them out on the side. There's not really as much space in here.
It would be possibly if there was space there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a very similar format, isn't it? They're all very similar.
Loads of 3-position switches.
Yeah, love 3 positions. Is that the stupid...
Yeah, momentary switch.
Oh yeah, wait, I got that on that one.
Well, I've got that on my Spectrum. That would be the bind button. You hold that down while powering it up, and then that would bind.
Is that what it's for?
Whereas with...
I read the manual, obviously.
On Spectrum, well, you're a real man, aren't you? On Spectrum, you don't bind through a command in the menu. You bind by powering it up by pressing a button. So why you'd have that on yours, I don't know.
I don't know. I thought that was for more of the DLG guys.
Oh shit, I'm going to crash.
Yeah, I thought that was my better idea for DLG. So I haven't even looked that up in the menu. But I need to get rid of that because I was going to swap that momentary switch at the back for another 6-way switch.
I can see why that would be useful for because you want a launch mode, toss it in the air, you then let go when it's got to the height, and when it's leveled off, and you then fly.
Yeah, because I'm a terrible right-hand launcher and I'm right-handed, so I have to jump straight down to get on the sticks. So that for me, I thought that was going to be the DLG switch to be quite nice. So you could put some elevator in it, but that's as far as I've got. I'm still behind massively. So yeah, we were saying similar format. QX7. Doesn't have the sliders on the side, although it's not that far away, is it?
No, it's a bit more compact. QX7, lighter. It's not as deep, but Simon's width is about the same.
And I know battery makes up a big part of that because you've got 2 great big Lion batteries in the back.
This has got a fairly large pack.
Yeah, I'd say that was. Oh, that is fairly large, isn't it? Wow.
Right.
6.6 Taranis pack, yeah. Because in that one I've got a 2500 2S in it.
The T16 jumper.
Oh, the one thing which bugs me.
Battery compartment as well.
The one thing which bugs me about this one, they've done a revised version of it, but you still can't fit a decent sized battery. So you either with a LiPo like that for 2500, and you can't fit in standard 18650s in there. That's really frustrating. You have to use the smaller cells. Where look at the size of that, and there's enough space in the back of that to do that as well.
Yeah. Nice bit of foam in there to
hold it still. I wonder why it was. That makes sense why it was so tight for it to go in there. And that gives you plenty of options for another LiPo, 18650s.
Oh, emergency mode. What's happening there?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's the first time I've seen that. Oh, we bricked it already.
You've broken it. Should we turn it off?
Yeah, I think so.
Fixed it.
Phew.
Oh, there you go.
We're back in the room.
Switch warning. Aileron high. Elevator high.
There we go. Fixed it.
Yeah.
Turn it on.
Magic fingers.
Oh, we had these funny 6 switches up here as well.
They all work.
I don't know how I would use those. They wouldn't make sense for me if I got the goggles on. Because that's
it's when you far of a reach, isn't it, to know which one you're pressing? Yeah,
I'm just thinking I've got my goggles on, I've got my eyes closed, I'm having to really lean across, and that's really is guesswork. Yeah. Whereas there's a definitive click. I can feel it in my. You can hear it as well. And I know they're brand new and everything, but even still, there's quite a clunk, clunk, clunk. Oh, by the way, if you ever do put a 6-position switch in it, you need about 100 nanofarad capacitor on the back.
All right.
To smooth out the things.
I mean, this hasn't really got. Well, it has got indents, yeah. I mean,
there'll be a middle one, and the indents in these go. Oh, no, there isn't none left in there, is there?
There isn't a lot.
Oh, there it is. That one's got one.
Yeah, but that one hasn't got one, has it?
Because you've used that one at loads, I'm guessing.
No. I think it's only. I think it's out of stock. Just one indent. That one's got both indents, but they are, just about. In fact, they're adequate. I'm not going to use it very much. I mean, I have used them for throttle before now on powered sailplanes, but it's not the most precise.
No.
Not compared with this or even a side slider.
Yeah, or just a switch.
Well, I've had 0, 50% and 100% throttle as the other way around.
Yeah, which would be perfectly fine for on the slope, and you can use your throttle stick for other things.
Yeah, like spoilerons.
To take advantage, which must be quite weird to switch from one to another.
Yeah,
cool.
But you get used to it after a few years.
Right, let us know how you get on with that. Because what was it, 120 quid?
Yeah.
Did all the different models.
Yeah.
And the Spectrum apparently is good. I was going to say not very good.
Not very good.
And I keep it very polite.
I would say I wouldn't trust it.
Yeah, because you've had that model going.
It was a model that had the same setup when I was flying the DX8. I then bound this to it, and without disturbing the radio installation, the antenna placement or anything, it lost. Previously a model I could spec out. This lost it within less than 100 metres. So
frustrating. How much was that iRange module, just to put things into perspective?
£30.
30 quid.
So when you add the £30 to the 80 odd quid that was, it's not a big leap to buy that.
Not that far off that one, is it?
No. Consider the leap in channels functionality, and you're getting Hall effect gimbals. If you add the Hall effect gimbal version of this plus the module, probably would be more than that.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
I mean, the general consensus is FrSky are starting to get a little bit. Shall we say protective? Apparently the jumper, when it came out, they were given quite clear guidance for retailers that you either sell our products, you don't sell the jumper along the side of it, otherwise you won't be a retailer for us any longer. Whereas these are being available everywhere when you can get them.
Yeah,
there's quite a lot of demand at the moment.
Yeah, that's quite fun. Let's not get into marketing.
No, but I can understand why.
I've been involved in certain things like that before, so I understand the business reasons behind it, which you can understand. So you got that point of view as well. Access, there was a lot of grief about too. Going to a closed system, I think, and I'm going to do a podcast hopefully. We'll chat with Richard from T9 Hobby Sport, where I got this one from. Just to get like a deeper point of view, because I know there was some frustration put out there. I know one of the major sources of the frustration where that came from. I'm not going to say where it came from. I'll save that for later. But
tease you.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting conversation. But I understand where that frustration came from. Some of that, but I think it's rubbed off to a large number of people. So they have got a lot of grief. But then I think with as you mentioned, with access and the approval for the different things, they've had. To do it, because the D8 is no longer allowed.
No.
In short, so they've had to do something. So very, very close. So thank you for letting us have a look at that one. Let us know how you get on in the future as well. Maybe catch up in a couple of months' time once you've side by side. But 120 quid, that's a lot of transmitter.
It is. Yeah, that's what I figured.
That really is.
And I say, put an email alert out because they had none in stock. On Hobby RC, contacted me as soon as I got the email, ordered it.
I did that the other day for something else which came into the stock.
3 days, it's over a weekend.
Yep.
I think I ordered it, was it Thursday or Friday, and it came in on Monday, so yeah, good service.
Happy days. Yeah, I'm just thinking, the big collection of models around me. I've got some motors with the little wings in the boxes underneath there from Hobby RC. All the flight controllers came in from Hobby RC as well, because ironically they were cheaper than Banggood, and they were in the UK, and I wanted some other stuff as well, so that was happy days. Sorry, we're digressing. What we're basically saying is that we quite like Hobby RC, and we also quite like T9 Hobby Sport. That's normally where I get all my receivers from, and that's
good support as well.
Yeah, and good support as well. Yeah, Richard gave me a load of help trying to solve the problem on that one.
Right.
So thank you for that. Appreciate it, Andy.
I'll pack that away then.
Yay. Did it come with a case? Or just
it doesn't
just
come
a box?
with a case, but what people are doing...
Yeah.
I mean, this is how it... That's the box it comes in. You've got all the spec on the back.
Oh, that's nice packaging. That's not going to get broken in transit, is it?
No. It's exactly...
Wow.
Hinged.
Should have done... Well, there you go.
So people are adapting this case, the packing case it came in, to make a carry case. That's the spare springs.
There's the spare springs, yeah.
So if you created a catch and integrated some straps through
just a bit of Velcro in it on the front.
Well, if you wanted to carry it, you know, to the flight line, you could have some sort of catch that brought the two together and
it's quite clunky.
Carry case through and then up,
Yeah, just actually, while we're on the topic of carry cases, because I want to give 2 more options. We've gone way off topic, but it's even it's 100 and something quid.
It will fit in there.
It fits in there, yeah. So that's the Taranis will fit in it.
So.
That'll fit in there fine. That's the turners you want. I bought for like 15 quid or some 20 quid off Hobby King. They're pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah, I got the one for quads as well. It's got a Velcro strap on top to take quads.
Ooh.
It's deeper.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously it needs to be, but I use that for my radio transmitters for cars because they are the handle sticks up quite a long way.
Yeah, that's the Taranis one, which that may or may not fit.
No, it's a bit it'll be a bit of carbon required on that one.
Yeah, a bit of adaptation.
Yeah.
But that's the one which came for the Taranis. So just put it into perspective. Those Turners ones, I've had that for a good couple of years now. It's had loads and loads of abuse, and it still works out extremely well. But I will be moving to that one once I finally switch over to the other one. So. Happy days. Thank you for that, Andy.
It's alright.
By the way, before I go, I'll put a link to Andy's YouTube channel in the video description for you. It seems like every couple of days you've got something out for on the slope. Yeah,
either the slope or cars, so a bit of variation, but hopefully I'll get power flying. I might even get that C1 Chaser in the air at some point.
Happy days.
See you then.
Thank you. Cheerios.